तपस्वाध्यायशुश्रूषा कृष्णपूजारतं मुनिम् विश्वेशमिष्टदं वन्दे परिव्राट्चक्रवर्तिनम्। श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः. Hari Om to all. Welcome back to Bhagavad Gita session. Today we are going to look at Bhagavad Gita chapter 1 verse 44. In the previous verse, Arjuna explained that when Varna Sankara spreads, Jati Dharma and Kula Dharma are destroyed. Now, he gives the final conclusion of that destruction. He says when family dharma collapses, human beings themselves fall into hellish existence. He is no longer speculating. He is stating what he has heard from traditions. Let us look at the verse first. Bhagavad Gita chapter 1 verse 44. Utsanna kula dharmanam manushyanam janardana narake niyatam vaso bhavatityanu-shushruma. Utsanna, destroyed or collapsed. Kuladharmanam, of those whose family dharma. Manushyanam, of human beings. Janardana, O Janardana. Narake, in hell. Niyatam, certainly, inevitably. Vasaha, residence. Bhavati, becomes. Iti, thus. Anushruma, we have heard. Simple meaning of this verse: O Janardana, we have heard that when family dharma is destroyed, the people of such lineages certainly dwell in hell. Let us look at the deeper explanation of this verse. He says, Utsanna kula dharmanam, of those whose family dharma is destroyed. When kula dharma collapses, that means it is Vyakti dharma collapses or Samaja dharma collapses. When Vyakti dharma and Samaja dharma collapses, and ultimately the Sanatana dharma is also going to be destroyed, along with some family traditions and lineage. When it happens, elders are gone. Moral anchors disappear. ritual continuity stops. Gratitude chain breaks. When it happens, the whole society will lose most of its history and most of its traditions and most of its rituals. Earlier, Arjuna explained how this war destroys the whole lineage and it leads to Varna confusion and social collapse. Now, in this verse, he states the final outcome of that destruction. That is why he adds Manushyanam, Utsanna Kuladharmanam Manushyanam. Manushyanam, you human beings. Why Arjuna deliberately says Manushyanam? He did not say any other species. Because animals live by instinct. But humans have different distinction. There is a famous saying, Ahara Nidra Bhayamaithunani Samanyametat Pashubhirnaranam Dharmo hitesham adhiko vishesho Dharmena hina pashubhis samana. Ahara, Nidra, Bhaya and Maithuna means Ahara, food. Nidra means sleep. Bhaya means fear. And Maithuna means reproduction or sex. Samanyametat are common to both Pashubhihi Naranam, both animals and humans. Dharmo hi tesham adhiko vishesha. Dharma alone is the distinction between animals and humans. Then what happens? Dharmena hinaha pashubhis samanaha. Without dharma, humans are equal to animals. So just eat, sleep and fear and have sex. There is no difference between human and animals if you are not going to practice dharma or stick to the dharma. Arjuna is directly pointing to this truth. If Kuladharma collapses, what differentiates humans from animals? There is no dharma, there is no fear, there is no boundaries, there is no fear of consequences. Then there is no difference between animals and humans. Humans require ethical discipline, social structure, inherited moral training, and spiritual direction. Without dharma, human society degenerates faster than animal society that we are seeing, we are witnessing. That is why he says Manushyanam. His usage of Manushyanam is deliberate. He is saying if dharma collapses, humanity itself collapses. That is why he says, Utsanna kuladharmanam manushyanam. Janardhana, he says Janardhana again. We have already seen what Janardhana means. Janardhana means one who protects people, one who removes the suffering of the masses, one who disciplines wrongdoings. Arjuna is emotionally appealing by saying, Janardhana, Krishna, you are the protector of humanity. Janardhana, you are the protector of humanity. How can you allow an act that pushes humanity into hell? There is a subtle pressure in his address, at the same time the anguish in his voice. Why Arjuna is saying like this? He says, Utsanna kuladharmanam manushyanam narake niyatam vaso bhavati. They will end up in hell, that is certain. Niyatam, certainly, inevitably they will end up in hell. Arjuna is not saying maybe or possibly. He says it is definitely. And notice something important. He says they will end up in the hell even if they personally not at fault. Because of our action, destroying the lineage, they will suffer. That is his anguish. He feels without their own fault, they will suffer because of our heinous crime. This is a collective consequences. Arjuna is not thinking only about the people who are present at the battlefield. Okay, some people are there taking the side of Duryodhana with obligation or greed or anything. They are going to lose their life. Some people are supporting us. They are also going to lose their life. And when war goes ahead, whole lineage will be destroyed. When lineage destroys, what is the future of our next generation? That is why he is thinking of innocent future generation. When we destroy the whole lineage, the future generation did not commit any crime, but they lose rich history, rich traditions, rich rituals, and so many things. When they lose all those things, dharma disappears from the society, and the next generation will suffer in hell without their fault. That is what his concern. That is why he says, Janardhana, don't allow this to happen, because when Kuladharma collapses, dharma disappears from the society, then human society degenerates faster than animal society. So, please don't allow it to happen. Then he says, Anushushruma. We have heard. Arjuna anticipates Krishna's possible response. Krishna might say, are you just making stories to avoid fighting? Are you taking this decision on your own? So Arjuna replies indirectly, no, this is not my imagination. We have heard this for generations. Lots of people are saying the same thing. They heard from someone, they heard from someone, they heard from someone. It has a continuity. That is why Arjuna is talking about the continuity of the generations, continuity of the traditions, continuity of the rituals, etc. Now, this is also we heard from generations, from traditions, from our scriptures, from our elders. So, it is not my imagination. Whatever I heard and whatever I learned, that is what I am putting in front of you. And notice one thing. Arjuna is using plural here. Anushushruma. We have heard. It is not only my thing or my imagination or my words. We have heard means lots of our ancestors also heard these things. And we also heard the same thing. Yeah, what are you talking, Arjuna? Why are you saying we? You are talking. Are you talking on behalf of your brothers too? Yes, that is what his answer. He is saying this is not just my opinion. All of us were raised with these teachings. My brothers also. So he is showing confidence in his brothers. He is showing solidarity with brothers. And he is showing that his brothers share his understanding. That is why he is very firm. He said, Anushushruma. So, Utsanna Kuladharmanam Manushyanam Janardhana Narake Niyatam Vaso Bhavati Tyanushushruma. Krishna, if family is destroyed, if dharma is destroyed, society loses its purity and people will become animals, and there is no boundary, there is no protection, there is no ethics remains in the society. So, Arjuna's argument is now complete. He says, if we fight, we destroy Kuladharma. If Kuladharma is destroyed, humanity loses its distinction from animals. If humanity loses dharma, hellish existence becomes inevitable. Even for those who did not personally commit wrongdoing. Therefore, this war is unacceptable. Krishna again remains silent because Arjuna's reasoning is deep, very emotional, but it is rooted in fear of consequences, not in clarity of duty. And that distinction will soon become the turning point of the Bhagavad Gita. What happens next, that we will see in the next class. Until that, Hari Om to all. God bless you all. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah. Sarve santu niramayaah. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Ma kaschid dukhabhag bhavet. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Sham.